On this video, I'm going to show you 9 of my favorite features on a Samsung premium television. Now, the reason I say premium is because all of these options are not available on the entry level like Crystal UHD, but some of these features will work. So let's get right into it, starting off with tip number 1. For tip number 1, I'm going to show you how to set up a Samsung premium television from the get-go. So you will see a QR code on the screen, but we want to use remote control. So all I need to do is just press right on the remote. Then we can start using it to set up the television. Now you do have 2 different modes. There's Let's Start and then there's Retail mode. In Retail mode, it'll just show a bunch of demos that they would use in the store. So let's go and press on Let's Start. Now first of all, you're going to need to have all your different devices plugged into it. So if you do have a cable box, PlayStation, or any kind of consoles, make sure everything is plugged in. Once your credentials are in for your Wi-Fi, you will get this screen right here, and it's all about terms and conditions. Make sure you read through everything, but you can skip it, but it may ask for it later if you're downloading applications. Now you will see this screen right here to set up smart features. Go ahead and press on Setup, and you will need to register your Samsung television. If you do it later, again, it will need it for applications. Once you get logged in, go ahead and press on Next. Now one thing about Samsung, it does have a backup restore system. So if you have previous TVs or you want to back up all your settings on this TV, just go ahead and check all these boxes and hit backup now. Now the TV is going to check for updates. And with the backups, you can see all the previous TVs that you have had on your account. And in my case, this goes all the way back to 2020 when I first set up my TU7000. Now on this screen, you can set up automatic settings such as active voice amplifier, your active sound, and basically the TV will self-configure. Now you do have 2 options for voice command. If you're using your Samsung account, you can use the Bixby, which gives you pretty much the best experience for the Samsung brand. But if you do have an Amazon account with a lot of different things configured in your house, then you can use the TV for voice command for that. There's also a system called Daily Board, and basically it turns the screen off and the users detect it. It will display a wallpaper. This TV does have a robust app store. But if you have any of these applications, you can go ahead and select them now. And you can also put them where you want them as far as the placement of them. Now one thing about this TV is that you need to enter a PIN number. I don't think there's any way around it, so I recommend you use a bunch of ones or something that you can remember, because in the future you might not be able to factory reset the television. And now you want to enter your zip code, and this is for the Samsung TV Plus. Once you have everything in there, the TV will get itself ready and play this nice little display. And now you're ready to use the television. For tip number 2, I'm going to show you how to set up with the SmartThings application. But the first thing we need to do is factory reset the TV. And I want to show you what that looks like. Now, if you go into your settings and go down here where it says General and Privacy, you will see Factory Reset at the bottom of the list. Press on that and enter the PIN number that you created for the TV. And just go ahead and hit Reset. And this will factory reset the television. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to scan the barcode, and this is going to allow us to open up the SmartThings application that you need to have pre-installed. And now the application will start getting ready. It's going to read some information off the television so we can start setting it up. Now as you can see here, it did find the television. It took us over to the welcome screen, and now it's syncing the device data with the television. Now you can choose your language. You can read through the terms and conditions. And this is where you can choose the location where the TV is going to be mounted, plus the room, and you can change the name of the device. And just like before, you can back up the television by pressing these little icons and then press on Next. And this is going to allow you to control most of the functions on the television directly from your smart device. I can restore the television from this list like I showed you earlier, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. And it's going to walk you through the same things that we've seen on the phone. Just like the TV, this is going to allow you to set up all the pro features. We have the options for the voice assistants, the options for the daily board again. And if you have a Spotify account, you can connect it. You can also download applications. You're going to create that PIN number again, and then you're going to enter your zip code. Now, if you do have anything plugged in this case, I just plugged the Apple TV in, but you can see that it found it on the HDMI. If you have a service provider, you can add it to this list. And there's a feature down here at the bottom that you can also share the remote control if someone else in your house wanted to be able to control the TV from the SmartThings application. And this gives you an idea what the remote control looks like on the screen. You can also go back to your home. You can use the AI features, and you can do the voice command directly from your phone. There's also a number pad here if you need to put anything in, but it just gives you an idea of what you can do if you set up the SmartThings application. For tip number 3, we're going to take a look at the operating system. Just a couple highlights here. Now the first thing we have is ambient mode, and you can select through any of these different pictures that you want and it'll display on the screen. Now if you go down here to the bottom, you do have an automatic brightness, so it's going to dim the screen when you don't need it. You can also give it a timer when to turn the screen off. Next we have Daily Plus. Now inside of here there's all types of options like Microsoft Copilot. Copilot is a cool feature because it uses AI. What's the meaning of life and what does it mean to most people?
The meaning of life? It varies for everyone. Some find it in happiness, others in love, or the pursuit of knowledge. What's your take on it?
I think making YouTube videos make me happy.
That's awesome. Making YouTube videos can be a great way to express yourself.
So you get the general idea, you can have a conversation with it and figure things out. And if you do sign into the Microsoft account, it will keep your data so you can have future conversations. Next we have the SmartThings hub, and this is basically like having a Google or Amazon device in your home, and you can set it up to control your different devices. As you can see, it does have this TV online, and I can go over here to the side, press on devices, and as I add more things like my lights and things like that, it will populate on this list. And all you need to do is go down here to the bottom and go to the SmartThings hub, and then you can search your home for different devices to add to it. Now here in the studio, I don't have anything that can connect to it, but if you're at your home and you have different lights, especially ones that are powered by Matter, it will find them, and then you can control everything from your television. Another thing you can do is add your smart devices onto this list, and let's say you lose your phone, you can hit ring, and now it found my phone, especially if in the couch cushion or something like that. And you do have routines that automate your life. So let's say, for example, you have your phone set up. You can say, when I walk into the house, turn on my TV, just to give you an example. And there's other features in here like workspace. And this allows you to connect your PC to it, your Mac to the television. And there's another feature called DeX, which is going to require you to hook up a USB cable onto the back of your television. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slide down here twice, and then you're going to select DeX. You're going to hit start now, and then your phone is going to connect to your television. Now keep in mind, you will need a keyboard and mouse connected to the TV, but this will give you an idea of what you can do with it. But when it pulls up, this allows you to access your files. You can listen to music, you can send emails, you can do everything from your smart device with a cable, which is a really cool feature. And if you look down here at the bottom, it will show the battery life, and it charges your phone, plus it does have the Wi-Fi, speakers, and everything that you need. There's another feature here called Samsung Health if you're using a Samsung phone. And if you have the watch and everything, it'll actually track your activity right here on this screen. So again, for people who have a lot of Samsung device, this is a pretty cool feature that you can always use if you want to be able to monitor your health while you're on your television. And there's some videos down here to help you to start training as well. As you may know, Samsung premium televisions already have access to HDMI 2.1, so you can hook up your favorite consoles to them. But what we're going to talk about today is the built-in applications. So if you look here, you have Xbox, Luna, GeForce, and a few other ones. And if you go down the list, it'll show you which games are available under these different profiles. But keep in mind, these are paid logins, so you would have to have a subscription on these accounts. And I happen to have one on Xbox, so I will log in and show you what that looks like. But the first thing we need to do is add a controller. So what you would do is click on the controller here, and I happen to have an Xbox controller that we're going to program to it. And you can choose from this list what type of controller you have. So I'll say Xbox. And the cool thing is it'll give you instructions how to connect it to your television. So in this case, it says press and hold down this Xbox button and the front button. Now we can start the setup, and as you can see here, it found my Xbox controller. I can press OK, and then I can pair it. Now that I have it paired to the television, I can watch a tutorial or just cancel and get out of this particular scene. Now we have the controller connected, I can exit out, and there's a checkbox that shows there is a controller connected. In order to do the Xbox, you're going to need a premium account, which I pay for, and we're going to have to go through some steps here to get it all up and running. So the first thing you would need to do is sign into your Xbox account. Now, since I have it on my phone already, I can go here with the barcode and open it up and go ahead and log into my Xbox account. Now, it will need this access code that's on the screen. And after putting in all my credentials, I'm now signing into my account. And then just in case you didn't set up a controller before, you can now start pairing a new one. But as you can see here, I can control the TV from the controller. Since this is cloud-based, you'll definitely need some good internet. Here at the studio, I have 300 megabits per second. So there's plenty of speed to get a great performance out of the television. For people who don't want to buy a console, again, you can go to Xbox and subscribe to this speed. And here we are, we can play games without having a console available. And this could be great for traveling as well if you have a friend that has a Samsung TV that's compatible. For tip number 5, we're going to look at the applications and some of the different things you can do on the home screen. Now, if you go to the home here on the side, you can see For You, you can see Live, and this is where you can look for all your applications. Now, if you go down here to the bottom, this is where you're going to see a list of all the apps that are available in this television. And if you go down here at the bottom, you can look for different genres of applications. Now I'm going to show you how to customize where you put these apps. First of all, if you go to one and press and hold the center of the remote control, you can delete the application, you can lock it, and you can reinstall it just in case it's having failures. If you go over here to the end, you can click on List, you can select the item, but then you can move it to wherever you want. So if you have applications that you use all the time, I recommend you move them up here to the front of the line so it'll be easier to access. Another thing you can do, if you press and hold these down, you can add to the home screen and it'll go on this main application list. And again, you can delete it or lock it. Now, another thing you can do is you can go up here to the search. You can press the microphone on the remote control and you can ask it to open apps. Open up YouTube TV. And since I don't have it installed, it does give me an option to install it right here. I can then add it to the home screen. And as you can see, it's over at the corner. I can move it where I want, press the center of the remote control, and there it is. So that's pretty much a rundown how to use the applications. And again, I haven't seen any way to search for them at this point. It used to be one available on previous generations, but not on this particular models as I'm seeing anymore. For tip number 6, I'm going to show you how to calibrate a Samsung TV using your smart device. Now, if you go to all settings and go down here to picture, there's an option on some Samsung TVs that says smart calibration. Now, keep in mind, the list of phones are available on Samsung's website, but once you get the right phone, just press on smart calibrate. The next thing you need to do is open up your phone on your smart device and press on Open SmartThings. So from your smartphone, you can hit Start Calibration, hit Start here, and then it's going to use the front camera. Now this could take from 1 to 5 minutes, so just make sure you keep your phone on the screen until it's completed. And once it's done, you have the options. So you have calibration and original. So here's a closer look at it. Here's the original and here's the calibration. The thing I can tell is that it makes the TV a lot warmer and it's a lot more accurate. So again, this is with the calibration and this is back to the original. Now for tip number 7, I want to show you how to control this television whenever you turn it on, because a lot of times it will jump over to the last input used or the Samsung TV Plus starts automatically. So what you want to do is go to All Settings and then you want to go to Advanced Features. Under Advanced Features, you want to go down here where it says Start Screen Options. I've already turned all these features off, but normally the TV will start with the Home Hub or Smart TV Plus. This allows you to toggle these type of options off so the TV doesn't automatically start running content. Now, one thing I will tell you, if you do set the TV up on a timer and you want content to play, you can leave auto run Samsung TV Plus on, so when the TV starts up, it'll automatically start playing the last channel that you watched. For tip number 8, I'm going to show you how to set up the Amazon voice command instead of using the built-in Bixby. So the first thing we'll do is go over here to Settings, and then you want to press on All Settings. The next thing we'll do is go down here where it says Advanced Features, and then you want to press on Voice. Currently, I have Bixby set up, and you can go down here and play with the settings, but what we want to do is switch this over to the Amazon voice command instead. So all we got to do is just toggle over to Amazon Alexa, and then we're going to need to use this code to sign into our Amazon account. So what I'm going to do is use this iPad, and I'm going to scan the screen and it's going to open up my Amazon account. And as you can see, it is connected. Now again, you're going to need to use your smartphone or your computer screen to make it work. You want to go ahead and hit select so you can start a conversation. And as you can see, your Alexa account is connected. For the next part, you will get this option if you want to use it hands-free, and I'll do this just for testing purposes. And then you want to press the microphone on the remote control once again. As you can see there, Amazon is popping up here at the bottom, and then go hit next and hit all done. Now we're into the Amazon interface. You can go in here and you can customize the different options for it, as you can see right here. And then on the side here, you have your smart home. So if you do have any devices connected to your home that's connected to your Amazon accounts already, it will populate on this list. So you can turn off your lights and things like that. You also have this list of things to try. Just kind of gives you tutorials on what to do. And then you do have settings. So if you want to use hands-free, you have it right there, or you can turn it off. And to give you an example of that, I'm going to say, Alexa, what's the weather like today in San Diego? And there it is on the screen, and I didn't even have to use the remote control. Now, if we go back to the home screen and you want to change it back to Bixby, we can go to settings, all settings again. We can go back down here to advanced features, click on voice, and I could toggle back over to Bixby anytime I want. And that'll be an option for you if you already have Amazon products in your home that are connected to your devices. Now your TV can become a hub. For tip number 9, I'm going to show you how to use the multi-view and some of the newer Samsung TVs. This is a replacement for picture-in-picture, and as you can see here, I've already saved a few in here. But you can add views for YouTube, the internet, YouTube TV. You can use your smart device. You can use a Mac or PC or a USB device. But what I like to do is build my own. And this allows you to do side-by-side, or you can have one screen in the corner. But back on this main screen, I've already saved one in here with a side-by-side. On the left-hand side, I have my Apple TV, so I could watch different films here. And on the right-hand side, I have YouTube, and you can log into it so you can have access to the account. And one of the cool features is that you can use the Samsung remote control with CEC to control your different devices. Now, if you tap on the center button one time, you can change your sources right here in the small little box. We also can control the device using that CEC. We can maximize the picture. We can also change the screen size. So as you see right there, you can also do the picture-in-picture, and this is going to put the Apple TV in the smaller one and vice versa. And there's plenty of adjustments here as well. Now back to the normal size, we can also change the different audio on each device. We can add a Bluetooth speaker, and again, you can make one screen, full screen, or another one. So that's multi-view on the Samsung TV. And as you can see here, we have options on either side to customize it. After watching this video, I hope you found some tips or tricks that helps you get the most out of your Samsung television. If you have any questions, make sure you leave it down below in the comment section. I'm Tech Steve. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.